Here we are, at a blank screen.
Oh, what have we got in store for me this time?
Downloadable content.
Why?
Not actually developed by Arc System Works, but published. French Birds, the guys who made it. Thank you, Access. Except for that part where you didn't fucking dub, you know, Central Fiction. Also, word salad titles.
Indeed.
Everybody's favorite. And we're playing Under Night in Birth, EXE latest. Has one of the two characters that has no relevance to the story whatsoever, who is from another game entirely.
Alright. This is usually Striker's shtick. Why,
Because it's not versus. Yes, Akatsuki. I don't know actually know how to pronounce that. Akatsuki?
Akatsuki? Yeah,
Yes.
that looks right to me.
He's from a completely different fighting game that is also kind of sort of a doujin fighter. He's the titular character. The game is actually called Akatsuki.
Okay.
Blitzkampf. Because we gotta mix our languages for, I don't know.
Because Japan.
You know, Akatsuki's story is basically a Captain America, except, you know, in World War II. He's got a sweet, well, I know exactly what I said, but that's not Captain America's origin story anymore, as far as comic books are concerned. Just kind of goes wherever it wants.
Right.
Anyway, part of the Japanese military super secret program with sweet, I guess, well, I don't know if it's machine suits or bioengineering or what, but yeah, during the end of World War II, his ship was shot down and went into hibernation. I actually had to turn the difficulty up from default, because apparently, like, default was also piss easy. Although it's only on a scale of 1 to 5, and 3 is the default.
I guess you're just too good to play on normal.
Well, sometimes. Anyway, Unibel is kind of like similar to either Darkstalkers or, I guess, Marvel vs. Capcom games, where the combo system is loose enough that you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. I suppose kind of like Guilty Gear 2.
I can get behind the concept. I'm not really much of a fighter guy myself.
But hey, on the plus side, Soul Calibur 6. Which is really more of Soul Calibur 1 HD remaster.
You know, as you do.
Taking place during Soul Calibur 1, except with all the characters from later games who are also there. For reasons. And like I said, it looks like sometimes it looks like I'm good at fighting games, but it's vague. And they like to make some jokes about Akatsuki's presence at all, in general. Like, his description text is like, he's got a fireball, an anti-air, and a rushing kick attack. It's almost like he's a protagonist or something. Like, his little descriptive text pre-fight is also it's like, sorry, there's not more information. He's only a guest character.
I love that kind of snark.
It's like, sorry, what do you want from us? Akatsuki is my husbando, though. He's my favorite fucking character in this game. Which is funny because, well, you know, a guest character. Speaking of guest characters, here's Shion from Melty Blood. Who lives on the fourth wall now, I guess. I like her outfit, though.
It is kind of a nice outfit.
Sweet hat. Do you not see this sweat drop? That means I am totally weirded out. you're wondering, the business means exactly what you think it is. Nesca was a different arcade board.
So this is all just a bunch of fighting game jokes?
Kind of. Well, you know what the Naomi board is. That's what I think the original Akatsuki was made on.
Mm-hmm.
Straight
Arcade
up,
game jokes.
straight up arcade engine put in a console. Like the Neo Geo, except, you know, not ludicrously expensive.
Right.
Also, unfortunately, super easy to pirate for. Sorry, Sega.
I think one of my stepbrothers actually had a Neo Geo. I played it a little bit.
4 buttons.
More fucking buttons.
And Akatsuki's just like, I have no idea what you're talking about, so, you know, I'm out. As you will. Also, hey, French bread, melty blood HD when? I've been waiting like 5 years for that. Please get on that. Sincerely, me. Although I suppose in Akatsuki's favor, his Shoryuken is not really a traditional looking Shoryuken anyway.
No, it's more of a...
Like a Superman punch. Where he just kind of throws it out like, well, I hope this fucking hits.
It makes me think of something, but I can't put my finger on it. Some Mega Man attack or something.
Rising Fire? Except, well, facing the camera instead of facing away from the camera. It's like, but seriously, never come near me again.
Does anybody actually have enough time to read all that little text?
No.
Because I sure as fuck can't.
It's like those bits in VHS movies where you have to rewind, pause it, and hope your VCR has one of those like advanced frame-by-frame buttons.
Ah, yes.
Gordo is one of those dudes who gets to be in the Blaze Blue cross-tag battle. And not as DLC, like half the roster.
I dig his style. It's like, Doctor Strange combined with Dante from Devil May Cry.
And Knuckles. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy Cross-Tag Battle, even though I'm still super annoyed about Central Fiction. And, well, I guess Revelator, too.
Yeah. I kinda lost interest in watching those when they didn't get an English dub.
Coincidentally, Cross-Tag Battle's getting a dub.
Yes,
Yay.
so I heard.
I believe they announced it as Wubba-Lub-Lub, this game's getting a dub.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something to that effect. So maybe there's still a possibility of a Central Fiction Extend and an English dub.
One can certainly hope.
If they do, I'll buy the original Central Fiction too, just kind of as a novelty gesture at this point, because it'd probably be a used copy, because it's unlikely that they have new physical copies out there. Well, unless I buy it off Amazon, I suppose.
Enkidu makes me think of somebody, but I can't place it. Just his appearance.
He's got pretty fluffy hair.
He does.
And eyes always closed. One of those guys. Yeah, probably the creators of Akatsuki actually had to, well, willingly redrew all the sprites to match the style of this game.
That's some dedication.
And then there's Bress.
Cool outfit, lady.
I love fur collars. I don't care how gaudy they look, I love fur collars.
She also reminds me of somebody, and maddeningly, once again, I can't put my finger on it.
I couldn't guess. I can't think of many characters with huge hair other than, like, Zero and Milia Rage.
I had a brief thought of Rachel from Blaze Blue, but obviously no.
She's got breasts and looks like a full-grown adult.
Yeah, there's that. Maybe it's like Ragyo Kiryuin or something. I don't know, it's
Not enough rainbow.
true.
And not enough, pretty blatant mother-daughter incest for whatever reason. I don't know.
Because Japan.
Kill to kill. It's a show where stuff happens.
And things occur.
Questionable things.
Very much so.
Many, many questionable things. Also, Hilda is the boss of this game.
Oh.
I like how she gets offended by it. It's like, well, I mean, look at your outfit. She's dressed like a hooker.
Kind of. I mean, a really classy hooker.
A super classy hooker who's got a theme going. The duality of man. Speaking of dedication, they actually properly mirror Hilda's sprite too.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Probably as a way of saying, hey, look what we can do with technology now. This ain't your daddy's fighting game. Or I suppose... Well, actually, no. It would still be your daddy's fighting game, not quite your granddaddy's fighting game. Another 10 years and that'll be it.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that they're using sprites. It's not often you see a sprite-based fighter these days.
I mean, aside from Blaze Blue, but that's just Arc System Works being Arc System Works, and we're going to recycle these assets as long as humanly possible.
Even Morrigan got new sprites eventually.
Alex put like a bunch of Guilty Gear XX titles up on screen.
Indeed.
Anyway, next time on Radical Bromance. Once again, I forgot the video was over.